we'll start with opening statement from Coach and then questions for players first.
Very gutsy win by our guys. I think we were, got off to a really good start. I thought we, sharing the ball. Got a little bit sticky there toward the second half, and then they were able to claw back into it a little bit, and then there was a game in the second half. Got to give them credit. They made shots. They made tough shots. I thought we defended them pretty well, but they were able to get some second shots, some offensive rebounds. It seemed like they scored on all of them. So I think that's something that we have to try to prove, making sure that we're finishing off our defense with the rebound and finishing our free throws at a little better clip than we did. It's almost a carbon copy of our first game where we were missed 10 plus free throws, and that can be dangerous in any game, but especially against teams that are shooting it as well as this team shot it tonight. But overall, we found a way to win the game, and ultimately that's our goal. And I'm thankful the edge was okay. I mean, I think we always talk about your life flashing in front of your eyes. I think that was for all of us tonight. I mean, he's such a huge part of who we are and what we want to try to get accomplished this year. To see him down on the floor and kind of in agony was tough for all of us. But I thought we regrouped well. Isaiah came in and gave us some big minutes and big possessions during that stretch while Ez was out, and then he came back in and was who he needed to be for us down the stretch, making free throws.
Questions for players?
Evan, heading into this pretty big tournament out in Vegas, where do you think you guys are at as a team?
I think for us, we got to do a little bit better job being physical as a team. As Coach said, we gave a lot of offensive rebounds this past game. I think we've been doing that to a couple teams, and the teams that we're about to play in Vegas are going to be a lot more physical, a lot bigger. So I think that's going to be a big part of who we are. But I think for us as a team, we've really grown in our shooting. The first couple of games were a little tough. We're making shots, but the last two games we come out hot. So I think we're making strides.
I felt like you got going a little bit more tonight than you had in the first three games. What was working for you tonight?
I think my teammates are really finding me. I think one of the things we focused on was over the past couple of days was making shots. I think for me, I know I'm coming here to help this team with some scoring, and I know I have to have confidence continuous. And I think all my teammates believe in me as well.
Colin, feels like you've been more aggressive, especially from three over the offseason. Would you say that was one of your bigger improvements coming into this season?
Yeah, I think I had a larger role this year, especially with right now Ty and Lee and Vin out, so someone's got to pick up the scoring lower. So just trying to, be aggressive, take the right shots, and, knock them down when they're there.
When Ezra went down, I mean, as a team, what's going through y'all's mind? Of course, you guys did well enough without him. Then he comes back in. But as a team, what's kind of going through you guys' mind?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the play, but, he saw him come back in. And, as a team, it's just next man up. It's a tough hit. But, like he said, Isaiah came in, had some great plays, and you just got to stay together and just keep fighting, regardless of who goes down.
Evan, with it being a new situation and it being early, you feel like you're getting a little more comfortable game by game?
Yeah, definitely. The first couple games, getting used to playing here, getting used to playing with these guys. I've been with a whole different team for 4 years, but Stack has really helped me, invested his time in me to make me a better player, and he's showed confidence in me the whole entire time. So I'm feeling comfortable where I'm at. I know I need to get better, but I'm happy with where I'm going right now.
Colin, I feel like they had a lot of athletes and they like to switch a little bit, and it looks like they played some zone. What kind of challenges did they present to you guys?
I mean, it's nothing we've seen before. Last team switched a lot, so it was kind of the same thing. Like he said, just move the ball a lot, just try to get it side to side. And, with our offense, the way we move it, that's how we start off the game, unfortunately. Got a little sticky, like he said, but, that's just who we are. We got to move the ball, and we're going to make them pay for switching all those screens.
All right, thank you, players.
Thank you. Good job, man. Thank you.
All right, questions for Coach?
You said it got a little sticky there, kind of, late in that first half. What did you see, and what kind of went into that, you think?
A little bit of our young guys, you know what I'm saying? I think when the game got, I thought it was going to be kind of easy, a free fall when, our starters came out, really got us off to a good start, and then we went to the bench, and, guys, they did some good things. I mean, they came in, but I think we settled a little bit there, and that allowed them to, have some some empty possessions there where they were able to get back in the game. And like I said, give them credit too. They made shots. I thought our scheme was pretty good, trying to take the threes out of the game. It's a really I think the one kid, Anderson, took 16 threes or something in a game. So we were cognizant of him. Schofield, he made a few tonight. I think he was like a D2 player before he came here that made like over 200 and some threes. So we wanted to live with them taking more twos than allowing the threes to get in the game, and I thought we did a good job with that, holding them to only 13 attempts. I'm pretty sure that'd probably be the lowest attempts they take all season. So we did a good job there just from a game plan standpoint. But when you give guys enough of that rhythm of coming downhill, trying to play with those two guys in the pick and roll, they started, and it's tough. I mean, Ez is such a competitor, man, because he's going against guys that's probably 4 or 5 inches taller than him, and we're asking him to guard them one-on-one, and they're taking shots in the paint, and he's doing a great job of doing that. And a lot is on our bigs as well. Tim was hadn't been much of a scorer in the games that we watched him play, so we wanted to gamble with him and look at it. He stepped. Everybody loves playing in here for some reason. So, but it's not the first time. But we got to win. That's ultimately what matters, and seeing areas that we can continue to improve on, as well as good sights of seeing guys getting back healthy. Lee Dort was on the court yesterday. It was a beautiful thing to see. He's ramping up, and hopefully he'll be able to give us 10 to 12 minutes in Vegas. But he's definitely trending in the right direction. Ben has been doing some dummy offense, a little bit of contact, so I think he's progressing as well. Tyron's probably the furthest back of those three, but he was on the court shooting a little bit yesterday as well. So hopefully we just have a few days here to catch our breath, continue to rely on our medical and our training staff to try to get these guys up to speed, and keep working with the ones that's available.
Obviously there's value in getting the win, but you also mentioned in the preseason kind of margin of victory being important. Are you concerned about that at all?
No. Next question.
A lot of minutes for your underclassmen again tonight. What do you see from them earlier in the season?
They did some good things, right? They did some good things, and they made some mistakes. I think just the things that we talk about, that backdoor play there at the end. I mean, I don't know, we scouted that play, time and time again. Once they go through that gate, they're looking for that sneak drive on the backside, and we went over it, but still. We gave it up, in a critical time. So it's just one of those things, just locking in on the game plan, making sure we're sticking to the game plan. But they're doing some good things, man. Obviously, they're going to continue to get better. But in order for them to improve, they need to make these mistakes, see these mistakes, and improve from that.
I didn't actually see what happened with Ezra. Did he just roll
I
his
didn't
ankle?
either. I didn't either. It was just a rolled ankle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they went back, and he was moving around pretty good, and that's all we can do. Just try to hopefully he's doesn't. I know it's probably swell up a little bit on him tonight. Probably gonna be really sore tomorrow, but like I said, he's the toughest guy on our team. So I'm not worried about him. I know once we head out to Vegas, he'll be ready to go.
Saw Isaiah West hit some shots, had that dunk on the baseline. I'm sure you guys knew he was capable of that. I think that might have surprised some people, but for Isaiah, I mean, how good is it to see him really, playing well and having to step up here early? Yeah,
the landing scared me more than the dunk. You know what I'm saying? I thought he came down a little funky there, but he bounced up. Another super tough kid. It's just smart and has great poise. That's why he's stepped into this role. While Tyron's out, we feel very comfortable with what he brings us. That he's just going to be solid, has ability to get downhill, has ability to finish, and if you leave him, he knows that he takes the right shots. And I think that's what we, some of his other freshman compadres, they're learning that a little bit more. Which are the right shots to take, and I think he has a better feel for that than the rest of them right now, and that's why he's been able to give us the spark that he's been giving us.
Seems like you've had a lot of belief in Evan Taylor. How fulfilling was it to see him perform the way he did tonight?
No, I mean I think Evans continue to come along for us. He has the ability to make shots, but I just think the other things for him is I think he has a chance to play at the next level if he just figures out that his toughness, just his toughness, being a little bit more physical, sticking his nose in on some rebounds, and he got great length. He's probably had, we always talking about having a stick hand up on our closeouts, and he's one of the best at that, and making sure that he's arriving with a stick hand and taking away shots. But it's just again sticking his nose in there, getting a few more rebounds, getting a little bit more grimy. I think you're gonna see his game, just evolve even more, because he definitely has the ability. He can actually post up. I think that's something that I kind of lose track of sometimes, just in our movement and making sure that we are not stagnant. But he does have the ability that we could just drop it down to him and let him play one-on-one a little bit. So I think we'll see some more of those things against certain teams we play. But right now we're just trying to get more continuity in what we're trying to do on the offensive end, as opposed to just kind of playing iso ball.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.